Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, this video is my fall collection of vendor wax. And if you watched part one of the fall collection, I did the retail wax. This is vendor. This is going to be a longer video, just letting you know. I don't know how long this will be, but I have a lot of fall because I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. Favorite season for wax, for baking, for foods, for weather, colors, etc. So, let's get started. I was inspired by Jay, who did a fall collection video yesterday, and I decided to do this because I haven't done a collection video on my channel in a while. I think the last collection video I did was when I started my channel, basically, back in November of last year. So this is probably 95% of the vendor wax that I have that's fall themed or Halloween themed or something like that. I tried to not put winter and Christmas stuff in here just because that is a different, it's not fall. So I don't have this sorted by vendor. I just have everything. I have a large bag, a large tote, and a large box filled. So, here we go. Okay, so the beginning of September 1st, I start melting my fall wax. So what I did is I got all of my fall together in my wax tote, and I will show you this is my wax tote that I work out of every day. And I usually have a small basket downstairs for downstairs, but it's completely empty because I used up all the fall stuff that I have. I need to do a fall empties video, and this is the tote that I work out of. So hopefully I can make a dent in this in the next couple of months. Hopefully I'll get a lot of this melted because I need to use up some of this other stuff. So I'm just going to go through and tell you what I have, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if you watch my channel, you know I do a lot of detail. That's just me. So I'll do my best, but I can't tell you how long this video is going to be. I've never done this before. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, maybe I should just dump this out. Excuse me. Maybe I should dump this out to make it a little bit easier. So I do have a cup of water here because, excuse me, the tickle in the throat has started, fall allergies, and not as bad as I was last week. Last week was terrible. My nose would not stop running. It was a hot mess. So I might take a sip of water here and there. I'm just going to, because I have this organized. I'm a pretty organized person in my life, so attention to detail is something that I have done since I was a little kid. Thank my dad for that. My dad is, well, when he was working, he was an engineer and very organized. So thanks, Dad. Even though he doesn't watch my channel. I don't think he knows I have a channel, honestly. So, okay. Let's start with Sassy Girl. Even though I have some more Sassy Girl stuff in this box that I'll do last. But this is, because I got this tote together at the end of August. So this has been a while. Sawdust Days, Sassy Girl. This is caramel apple, cotton candy, salted brown sugar, vanilla, and kettle corn. This is fantastic. I love this scent. This is a nice carnival cotton candy apple concoction. And I have a friend, and she feels that this smells a little burnt, like there's a little bit too much caramelization going on in this. But I don't get that. And I know this is a popular blend for Julie. This is a good one. I threw this in here for fall because it is the end of the season for the carnivals and such. And there are state fairs going on right now, and this is a good one to have. So there's that one. Next is Psychiatric Ward, and I picked this just because of the spooky Halloween kind of thing. This is butter cookies with blackberry and strawberry jam, vanilla bean Noel, donuts, and zucchini. And as you can see, I'm almost out of this brittle. I love this one. I use this all year, but I love this for this time of year too, so I will probably use that up. Next is Rise of Fall. This is from October of last year. This is way before I had my little stickers that I use now. Apples, sweet cider, caramel, pumpkin pecan waffles, sugar cookies, and marshmallow. OMG. This one is very, very, very good too. It smells just like everything that you would want it to be. Apples and sweet cider and caramel and pumpkin pecan waffles. Next is Fall Leaves, and it's broken, as you can see. But this is Julie's, at this time, last year when I bought this was her dupe for Leaves Bath & Body Works. And she has changed some names over the course of the year. Yep, that's Leaves. She has changed some names of hers over the course of the year, so that might not be Leaves be called Fall Leaves anymore. Meyer's Returns. I have this going in my office right now. This is black licorice marshmallow sugar cookies. This is delicious. If you like black licorice, you'll like this. And if you're afraid of black licorice, don't be with this one, because this is done very classy, in a very classy way. The sugar cookies and the marshmallow are added just enough to tone that anise from the black licorice down. So this one is worth it. If she offers this, I haven't been looking for this in her pre-orders, but it might have been thrown in there that I just don't remember. But this one is great. Don't hesitate if you like black licorice, you'll like this one. Okay. Fall Yoga Pants by the Fire. I have 3 of this brittle. And I have finished, well, I finished one. I had 3. I have 2 now. This one is pumpkin pecan waffles, cider lane, apple, caramel, and marshmallow fireside. This is fantastic. This was just in, not the pre-order that's happening right now. I think it was in the one before. This is fantastic. It's one of her best fall blends in my opinion. It is appley, it's cidery, it's PPWE, and marshmallow fireside, that little bit of smokiness. That's great. Witch's Brew. I got this last year and I did not melt it because I got it after Halloween, so I thought I would save it for this year. And here we go. I love this spooky aesthetic also. This is a web of fiery cinnamon and seductive clove with an intoxicating blend of smoky patchouli. Good verbiage too. This is good. I'm not quite sure if this is the oil dupe for Yankees Witch's Brew, but we'll see. Because I have another vendor in this tote here. Kay's Witch's Brew. And this says Yankee type. This is cedarwood, cinnamon, and patchouli. Whereas this is cinnamon, clove, and patchouli. So they're similar. Who knows? They might be similar. But to me, Kay's oil, this smells like dirt, like soil, like outside. That spooky, like you're looking for the Headless Horseman and Sleepy Hollow and Ichabod Crane and all of that shit. Sorry, but sometimes it comes out. All of that stuff. This is spooky. I cannot wait to melt this. I was actually down in my overflow storage down in my basement. Yes, I have overflow storage. And at the end of this video, if you watch all of this, you're going to say, holy crap, Ashley has a lot of wax. She ain't kidding. So, yeah. I found this downstairs in my tote, and I'm like, man, I didn't realize that I had Witch's Brew Yankee type. So, here we go. Okay, and let's see, I have Ghost World, Sassy Girl. Now, I know this is not a spooky scent or a fall scent per se, but it's Mac Apple, Driftwood, and Beach Nights. And I had this going the other day. This is one of my favorite Beach Nights blends because that Mac Apple, it sweetens it up just a little bit to take the dominance of the Beach Nights down to make it a little bit more fruity. And I really, really like this. Very, very good. Pumpkin Pie Frosted Cookies. This one I got last year. This is pumpkin pie, frosting, sugar cookie dough, and frosted sugar cookies. A lot of these I ordered at the end of the season, so I did not melt them. I waited until this year. But Julie's wax ages beautifully, so I'm not too worried about it. This smells just like, if you haven't ever had her animal cookie blends, they're fantastic. And I love the little detail of the little sprinkles here, just to give that aesthetic. This smells so good, and I get a little bit of the creaminess of the pumpkin pie. That's great. Butternut pumpkin. This one I almost melted this morning, but I picked Meyer's Returns. Sweet buttercream, coconut shavings, pumpkin, clove, cinnamon, vanilla, and icing. This is a good one. When I first bought this, I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to like it because it just smelled like buttercream icing, buttercream frosting. But even though that is the primary, the first note listed here, I'm getting clove and I'm getting cinnamon and a little bit of coconut now, and it's delicious. This is like a pumpkin buttercream cake. Very good. Okay, that is all of the Sassy Girl I have in this tote. Moving on. Destination Wax, Cider Lane. This is a loaf of Cider Lane. My lover. I love Cider Lane. This is sweet green apple cider, lightly spiced with a hint of caramel, Bath & Body Works type. If you know, you know. This is a tried and true classic. Love it. The candle's back this year, by the way, at Bath & Body. So this one that's A-okay to me. Okay, do I have any other? Okay. This is a chopped loaf of Hungry Ghost Salt Mountain Melts. I don't buy a lot from Salt Mountain Melts. I did last year, but I haven't this year. I just had to cut a few vendors out of my rotation, and this was one. Even though she's local to me, Amanda's local to me. She's about an hour away. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, sugar cookie, and toasted marshmallow. This is good. It's pumpkin pecan waffles toned down a little bit with a little bit of cream. That's really, really good. I like this one. And I actually, when I was downstairs, I found a souffle of Hungry Ghost that I did not know I had, obviously. So that's the problem when you buy a ton, you forget what you have. It's kind of like in my pantry. I forget what I have in my pantry, and then I find when I clean it out, oh, I really don't need 3 cans of green beans because I have 3 more in my pantry. So taking a sip of water. Sorry, guys. Okay. Rose Girls, Cider Lane Baked Zucchini Bread. Cider Lane and zucchini bread. I've had 3 bags of this. This is my last bag, and I'm forcing myself to use it because sometimes some of Rose Girls bakery tends to get a little less potent at about a year. So this is last year. So this one will get used up. I love Cider Lane. Cider, I mean, I've said it 1,000 times. Okay, Dutch Apple Cookie Land. Now, Cookie Land is Rose Girls Jenny's blend of funfetti cake, toffee butterscotch pretzels, and cookies. Duh. But cookies. This is good. I have had 2 bags of this. This is my last bag. I just melted some of this week. And it's apple with a little bit of bakery extra, like crumble or cake, mixed with Cookie Land. That is a good one too. We'll keep with Rose Girls. Lattes with Ghoul Friends. And I forget all that's in Ghoul Friends, but I know it's pumpkin sugar donut and some other bakery stuff. But I like this because it has coffee mixed in with it. And I honestly, I'll tell you this right now. I have a bag of carbs with Ghoul Friends in my house somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I gave it to my coworker, actually. I don't remember, because it's not my favorite on its own. I always have to mix it with something because it's not enough for me. It's too simplistic, which, I mean, simple things are beautiful too, and they can be very nice and wax. But for me, I don't want to always have to blend something. I like blends that are already ready to go. So coffee with Ghoul Friends is great. Okay. This one is not fall per se, but this is Starbeans Cafe. It's coffee. I mean, I love coffee. I drink coffee a lot, not every day, but I drink iced coffee most of the time. But it's hot coffee season coming up. When the mornings are chilly and I have to, you know, put a sweater on in the mornings, coffee, hot coffee is the way to go. This is part of Jenny's Mario Melters. This is espresso, vanilla crunch donuts, and vanilla bean Noel. This is really good. That is one of her best coffee blends, in my opinion. Okay, moving on. I have a Trig Tart of pumpkin pecan waffles from L3. That needs no explanation because you know what that smells like. I love pumpkin pecan waffles. Okay, Cinderella's Pumpkin Carriage from Dessa's. Now this is not it's not fall per se, but it kind of is because it has pumpkin in it. Pumpkin, caramel, bear claws, waffle cone, and Bavarian cream. This is great. This is part of her Main Street Memories Disney collection. And this, honestly, the bear claws and the caramel are just glorious in this, and it's nice and pumpkin. It's a great, yummy, homey, make you feel cozy scent. I like that one. I would buy more of that one. Okay. Let's shift a minute. Okay, this is a loaf. This has seen better days. This is a loaf. it's from 2021 of Mac Apple Zucchini Bread from L3. And I have to use this up this year just because like I said, it's seen better days. The bag just smells like heaven. I love this. I'm going to have to use this up soon because it's getting to be the oil is starting to come through the bag a little bit. So I'm going to use that up this week. So I'm going to keep that on top. I'll just put that all through my house, and that will be delicious. I gave that to a coworker, and she really, really liked it too. Okay, pumpkin pecan waffles. Now my hands smell good. Pumpkin pecan waffles, bourbon butterscotch. This was one of my requests from one of the sales this summer from L3. This is nice. It's just a little extra butterscotch with pumpkin pecan waffles. Now, this one is not fall, but the name is. Today is October 3rd. And I have a loaf floating around here too of it. This, I have a couple more scoops in the basement. And I will say, in my overflow storage, I did not go down there and go through for fall stuff. Just because I already have enough up here. And like I said, it's about 95%. So I'm pretty sure I already grabbed most of the fall. But I have another scoop of this downstairs. This is Palo Santo, toasted marshmallow, and sugar cookie royale. This is fantastic. Okay, we talked about Witch's Brew from Kay's. I'm not going to talk about that again. Okay, a few Destination Wax. Actually, I lied. Here's my Carbs with Ghoul Friends. Damn. Okay, yeah, Carbs with Ghoul Friends. I have it here. That's why I couldn't find it, because it was right in front of my face. Okay. I have to organize as I go, guys, so that's just me. Okay, Sweater Weather Destination Wax. This is the Bath & Body Works dupe. This is juniper berry, eucalyptus, sage, and lingering mint. This is fantastic. I have 2 bars of this. That's when I start doing sweater weather, when it really gets chilly, like fall chilly, and the leaves start falling and all that stuff. Speaking of leaves, this is a leaves dupe. That's nice. I've had a bar of that before. And then plain old Macintosh apple. I bought that just to blend with stuff. I love apple. You know, I'm going to start blending Mac apple with a little bit of everything, just because I feel that it enhances things. It makes it better. Scarecrow L3. I picked this because of the name. Evenings in the Hamptons and Snow White's Downfall, which is apple. So this is a nice apple, fresh. I dare say it's a little laundry-like to my nose. I think Evening in the Hamptons, is it laundry? I can't remember. But this is a nice, fresh apple scent. Really, really much. Buffalo Bill from my husband's favorite movie, Silence of the Lambs. I say that tongue-in-cheek. It's not his favorite movie, but it's his favorite movie to quote with him and his buddies because they're an eclectic bunch. This is No Need for Lotion with This. Amish quilt and sweater weather. Cinnamon, clove, allspice, vanilla sugar, juniper berries, fresh eucalyptus, and sage. Now, with Jen from L3, with her sweater weather, it's not the sweater weather that this Destination Wax and Bath & Body sweater weather is. To me, it is softer. It's not as sharp and crisp and outdoorsy as the Bath & Body Works version is. This is a different oil, and it's sweeter. It's more comforting to me. That's that. Okay. I have a little bit of, and I have a couple more over here too, of this vendor, this new to me vendor. This is that Smell Good shop. Sorry, I'm off camera. This is that Smell Good shop. I might as well talk about them all at once here. Bates Motel, you know, from Psycho. This is glazed strawberry cookies. Just the name is fall. Not necessarily the glazed strawberry cookies, but just the name. Lattes by the Fire. This is coffee, caramel, and fireplace. This is kind of like you have coffee, but you put a little bit of ember and a little bit of leaves. This smells like leaves to me from Bath & Body Works. A little bit. Leatherface. Zucchini bread, caramel, vanilla, and butter cookie. Woo! What not to love about that one? That is so good. I love that one. Deadpool. Fall bonfires and charred cedar wood. I love this one. I love a good bonfire scent. And this is really good. And I think it's cute that it's called Deadpool. I really do. It's a good movie too. Cider and Leaves. I've used this one a little bit. This is Cider Lane and Fallen Leaves. This is good. You get the Cider Lane, but the leaves kind of takes that caramel away a little bit and puts a little bit more of an earthy, outdoorsy scent to it. Okay. Jack-o'-lantern. Pumpkin, pecan, and cookie. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And I have just a few more pieces left of The Exorcist from Britta's. And I have this because, you know, The Exorcist. Halloween. Great movie. Doesn't scare me, though. It never scared me, honestly. This is patchouli, Palo Santo, and vanilla bean marshmallow. I think that's what her VBN is. This is, if you've smelled it, you know that it's fantastic. This is a good patchouli blend. But I love patchouli in all of its forms. Of its raw form, its earthy form, sweet forms. I love it all. I love it all. Okay, let's go into K's. Bonfire Bliss. This is dried leaves, smoky woods, toasted marshmallow, and sweet vanilla. This is it's hard to describe that one, honestly, but it's good. I like that one. We talked about Witch's Brew. Amish Quilt. Ooh, I hit my wallflower. Amish Quilt. This is spicy, sweet, and complex. Vanilla with cinnamon, clove, allspice, sugar, and hints of nutmeg. No bakery. This one is nice. It is very spicy. This is a spicy fall scent. So it's kind of craft store-like, but doesn't have as much cinnamon as some craft stores do. This is Blueberry Pumpkin Patch, Bath & Body Works type. This is fresh blueberries and ripe pumpkin. This smells so good because it kind of has a little bit of that pumpkin pecan waffle-esque to it without the syrup and without the heavy pecan, if that makes sense. It's got a little bit of nuttiness to it, but this is great. I love this oil. That is really good. Okay. And this one, it's not fall per se, but the name. Smell of Weather Turning. I love this. I love this. This is Lush type. Oak moss, chamomile, cinnamon, and mint. This is so different, but it makes me, I've smelled this before, and if you watched I mean, I've smelled this before in my life, I should say. If you watched my video when I got this, I've smelled this before in my life somewhere. In my 38 years, 36 conscious years. My first memory was around 3, so that's why I say that. I've smelled this somewhere, and I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I've smelled this before, and it is so good. I'm trying not to buy wax right now, and I want to buy more of that, but it's on hold. I have a couple of customs from Kay. Fat and Sassy. That was the name I picked. This is Apple Caramel Crunch, Bourbon and Butterscotch, and Cornbread. I've melted a square of this, and it's so good. This was a custom, obviously, and that caramel and the butterscotch just play so well together because, they are so similar. But what I like about that is the earthiness and that graininess of the cornbread just comes through wonderfully. And this one is Mr. J. Jay helped me with this one. I called this one Worn-In Sweater. This is Applewood Fir Needle, Sweater Weather, and Pomegranate. And I have melted a square of this too. And this is glorious. It's pretty sweater weather heavy, but then you get the juiciness from the apple. I know Applewood Fir Needle. Applewood is Applewood, but you get the juiciness from the pomegranate, believe it or not. And the more that this is sitting, this has been curing since July. The more that this is sitting, the more that the fruitiness of the applewood and the more that the fruitiness of the pomegranate is coming out, believe it or not. So that's fantastic. Okay. This does not have a label on it, but I know what this is. This is a little bit of Cider Lane from Gigi's Scented Adventures, or I think it's called A Scented Adventure now. I haven't bought from Gigi for a long time, but her wax is fantastic. This is just Cider Lane. That's all it is. I told you I have a lot of Cider Lane. Okay, this is not marked, but I know what it is. This is part of a loaf from Hayden Row Carnival. So the carnival is, caramel apple or candy apple, cotton candy, funnel cake, that type of stuff. But this one is very, very good. It's one of my favorite versions of it. It's very caramel apple, but the caramel is high quality. Definitely. Okay. Night in Terror Tower. I think this is a couple of people in the wax world's favorite Britas. This is Palo Santo, Blackberry, and Tobacco and Bay. This one I have melted a few times, and it's pretty damn good too. The Blackberry stands out to this, but the Tobacco and Bay, I haven't smelled that on its own, but I like it. I just like this whole thing. I would buy this again. Definitely. Okay. I have this was a chunk of Pennywise from L3. Pennywise being the clown from It. Sweet funnel cakes dusted with powdered sugar and topped with strawberry and raspberry syrup. This is not a spicy funnel cake scent. It's not. This is juicy and fruity and fantastic. I like this one. I do like this one. Okay, that tote is done. And it looks better than it did when it started. Believe it or not. Okay. I have my little bag of samples here that I just have in a baggie. Just because of condensing it. This is Blueberry Pops, Pumpkin Souffle, Brown Sugar Pound Cake from That Smell Good shop. We have Fall Craft Store, which is Spiced Autumn Wreath, Rustic Lodge, and Sweet Pumpkin from Britas. This is definitely fall store. I mean craft store. That's the best craft store scent I've smelled. Green Apple, which is just green apple, obviously. Creeper Status, which I'm not sure. This has an apple pie on the front, so it might be an apple scent, but Creeper Status, I thought of Halloween with that, honestly. Pumpkin King. I think this is an herbal scent from Super Tarts. That one was Super Tarts too. But I think this is an herbal one, but, you know, Pumpkin King. Fall. Area 51, you know, UFOs, aliens, etc. This is Sweater Weather, that Smell Good shop. We have Caramel Apple from Dessa's. I just got this the other day. Vampire Thirst from L3. And we have Midway from Hayden Row, just because of the carnival stuff. So I put all my samples in that bag there. Sometimes I melt I have my Accord warmer in my office, so I used to melt my samples in my office so I could really smell them. But now I put them in my bathroom so I can smell them, especially the ones I only have one melt for. Okay. 1/3 done. Okay, now I just have a bag. This is a whole bag. This honestly was a bag of stuff that I need to chop up, but for this project that we're doing right now, boy, that's a lot. Maybe I won't go into so much detail with this because it's going to take forever. Ah, here's some more. Here's some more of my retail. So if you watched my retail, why didn't I have these? Oh, darn. Oh, well, my retail video. I already did that one. Crimson, Cranberry and Oak. This one is new this year. It's very oaky. I know. Bad descriptive word. It's a little bit of cranberry mixed with a little bit of oak. This reminds me of Cranberry Woods, honestly, from Bath & Body Works. Alluring. This is new this year, too. This is Mahogany, Bergamot, and Amber. I bought this because it's very cologne-y and masculine. Salted Caramel Buttercream. I've had probably 3 of these since they came out. That's fantastic. That's just salted caramel. Twilight Leaves. This is Woodland Berries and Amber. I don't know if they make this one anymore, but it's good. I love Amber. And then Pumpkin Weather. This is fantastic. I had this going in the kitchen last week. Or, no, I'm lying. I had it in my office. And my husband said, what is that? Because it smells so good. And I said, that is 99-cent Walmart wax. Literally Walmart wax. It smells great. This is one melt for me because I need to put 2 of these in a warmer just because they are... This is only... how much is this? This is 1.25 ounces. So this goes in all 3 of my warmers in my Accord. So, okay. There shouldn't be any more retail going on. Okay. This is a loaf of Gigi's from Gigi's. This is pumpkin pecan, pumpkin peanut brittle. Pumpkin peanut brittle. I need to chop this up. I have a bag floating around here for me to chop this up with. I have some more. So the tote that we just went through, that's what I'm working on currently. This other stuff is backups and to fill in my tote. I'm just telling you what my melting habits are. Clove. This is a single note clove, a classic home fragrance, Destination Wax. I can smell that through the package. It's great. Another Sweater Weather. I didn't realize I have duplicates of some of these things, but for time purposes, I mean, this is already going to be a long video. I didn't want to talk about duplicates. Silent Hill, Pumpkin Firewood, Farm Stand Apple, and Salted Caramels from L3. This is fantastic. Fantastic. I love a good caramel scent, and this hits the nail on the head. Really does. Okay. Swanky, Cranberry Orange Salsa. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that because it doesn't scream cranberry to me or orange. I might de-stash that. We'll see. Okay, there's my bags for that loaf. Season of the Witch, apples and leaves. I love this. This is such a good scent from L3. I love that. I'm actually going to put that over in my to melt now tote. This is a chunk of cranberry pumpkin peanut brittle. This is last year. I need to chop this up and use it. Like I said, this bag is my bag I need to chop. I need to use this one this year. Palo Santo, blue sugar, and pumpkin pecan waffles. This is fantastic. I know this is blue sugar heavy, but I like that because blue sugar, but then right in the background, you get that Palo Santo and you get the pumpkin pecan waffles. That's a good one. Okay, Machete. Flapjacks, blueberry, pumpkin patch, and pecan waffles. These are in the little, I think these are little skulls, or they're little bottles. I think these are skulls, to tell you the truth. Pretty sure they are. Carpathian Mountains. I think that's where Dracula lives. This is a minty forest, a minty frosty forest of murder, mystery, and mayhem. That's a nice minty scent. Okay, pecan pie, pumpkin pecan waffle, sugar cookie royale, and that's a ghost. That is a nice pumpkin pecan waffles blend. North Pole breakfast, pumpkin pecan waffles. I told you I love that one. Pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup, and cider. This one is good. This one was just offered, I think, in the sale yesterday. You should be proud of me. If you watch my channel, I did not purchase anything from the last 2 L3 sales. That is a achievement. I know. Okay, this is good. I really like that. That is nice, and it gives some apple to the pumpkin pecan waffles. So that's great. Okay, this is pumpkin pecan waffles, birthday cake, and sugar cookie royale. This is tried and true. Very good. Grand High Witch, salty sea air, Granny Smith apples, and ooey gooey caramel. I have 2 of these guys. This is Lambo Leap from L3. I need to use these because these are old muffins from last year. Cider Lane, Sweater Weather, and Vanilla Bean Noel. This is basically Sweater Weather to my nose, but it's fantastic. That's a good quality blend. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. This is from the Halloween sampler last year from Rose Girls. And this is an orange juice or an orange scent. I'm just not sure of the notes in that one. Season of the Witch, a puppy pack. Pumpkin pecan waffles. Lawnmower Man. Blackberry grass and cotton candy. This one was new to me. I try to get some scents that weren't so much bakery. And that smells like blackberry and a little bit of grass. That's a good one. Okay, pumpkin pecan waffles, vanilla ice cream, and amaretto. I've had this probably 3 times. This is really good. That's fantastic. Pumpkin pecan waffles, blueberry pumpkin patch, zucchini bread. I don't need to explain that one. Okay, now this one, it's kind of winter and fall. This is Go Tell It on DK's Mountain. Fresh Pine, Sweater Weather, and Vanilla Bean Noel. This is part of the Mario Melters from Rose Girls. And this one is Sweater Weather with some extra pine. If you like thwomps, I think that thwomps from Mario, you'll like this one. Because even though that has a little bit of peppermint in it and a little bit of cookies, this is the same piney-ish vibe. In my opinion, at least. Pumpkin pecan waffles, vanilla butter fudge, espresso. I love that. I have a scoop in that too. Pumpkin pecan waffles, White Elephant Exchange. I could open up a pumpkin pecan waffles wax store. I have so much. Garage Door. Sweet pumpkin, sugar milk, and glazed donuts. That's good. Pumpkin Chunkin'. Pumpkin pecan waffles, roasted coffee, and Rice Krispie treats. This is perfect. It's got a little bit of coffee in it and a little bit of pumpkin pecan waffles. It's kind of similar to the espresso vanilla bean, the espresso vanilla butter fudge. Aslan, cashmere, Twilight Woods, and sweater weather. This is, I know that she pours this in the fall, Aslan. And the sweater weather, like I said, is a little sweeter to my nose. It's not the deep and rich sweater weather that we're mostly used to. Most of us are used to, I should say. Sweater weather, fur, and lavender. I'm going to mount that soon because that's a good one. Academy of Unseen Arts. Crisp apple and fresh eucalyptus from that Smell Good shop. This is fantastic. This is basically... Oh, it's not quite sweater weather, but that eucalyptus and apple are so good together. This is loaf worthy. I'm going to put that in my tote for now. The Moors, London Fog with Granny's Garden and cucumbers. This is very unique. I wanted to try this because of the cucumber part of it. This is different. It's cucumbery, very fresh and green. Okay. 100 Acre Wood, chestnuts, sandalwood, and marshmallow fireside plus vanilla. This is from the Halloween sampler from Rose Girls last year. This is chestnuts, and I haven't melted this because, you know, I've been hoarding it, and I don't know why. That's going to change because I'm going to melt that this year. Okay, this is Glitterati. I'll talk about that with my other Glitterati stuff. Okay, Bonfire Bliss, Hay, Apple Cider. That's a nice apple cider scent. Okay. Season of the Witch, Toasted Marshmallow, and Here's Jenny. Here's Jenny is pumpkin pecan waffles, pretzel, and bakery bomb. This is really good. It's rich, it's deep. It has a little bit of the leaves and a little bit of the apples mixed with the pumpkin pecan waffles and the pretzel. There's a lot of different notes going on, but this works. This really does. I Put a Spell on You, cinnamon sugar but not spicy, French baguettes with our top secret bakery bomb blend. This is good. Alien, Lunar Eclipse, White Woods, and Sea Salt. Now this one here is, it's hard to describe because it's fresh, but it's got a little bit of woodsy from the White Woods, but this is mostly a fresh scent. Okay, that bag is done. Okay, final box. Final box. Final box. Okay. That's why I don't do collection videos, because it takes a lot, and my anxiety is a little heightened right now because all of this stuff is not living where it usually lives and it's out of order. So I'm trying to practice mindfulness, and it'll be okay because it'll go back. Okay. There's a lot of stuff in here. Holy hell. Hey, you have to laugh at yourself in life. Life's too short. That's what I've learned over the last several months, doing meditations and yoga and mindfulness and all of that I haven't shared with you guys, but I will one day. You know, even though most of us aren't friends, I connect with you guys talking about wax because I love home fragrance, and I love describing all of these things, you know, and brings me so much happiness and joy. Scents do. They always have, ever since I was a little kid, and it'll be that way for the rest of my life. Smell isn't going anywhere. So this is the good box. Has all my Dessa stuff in it from the other day, if you watched my video. I need to find a place for all of it because I don't have any more room. I'm out of room. And this is just fall stuff, guys. This isn't even the rest of my stuff. Like I said, Ashley needs to de-stash. Ashley has a lot of wax. but I love every single piece of it. That's the thing. Okay, box is empty. Oh, I'm getting a cramp in my lower back, so if you see me sitting forward, that's why. IHOP. Pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup and brown sugar, caramel and coffee. Tried and true. Excellent, beyond excellent scent. Give it a try. You'll thank me later if you haven't already tried it. Peanuts and pumpkin brittle. These are some of my newer stuff that I got after I made my fall tote. But this is peanuts and pumpkin brittle. This is the her version of pumpkin peanut brittle from Bath and Body Works. So there's that one there. I have a couple. Here we are. Rolling pin. I got this last year. Rolling pin. Pumpkin pecan waffle, sugar cookie dough, and birthday cake. This is fantastic. I've melted this before. I had another brittle of it. This is so good. It is creamy. It's luscious. It's PPW. It's fantastic. October Kiss. This is new to me. I just got this. This is pumpkin pecan waffles, butter brickle, and zucchini bread. This is different, but it's good. This is my very first wax that has butter brickle in it, believe it or not. So this is, I'm anxious to melt that. Okay, we talked about, here's my loaf of pumpkin pecan waffles. What's Ashley's favorite fall scent? Pumpkin pecan waffles. Yeah. Okay. Teddy Bees. Oh, Teddy Bees. Teddy Bees is my second favorite vendor. Sassy Girl's my first, just because it was my very first vendor that I fell in love with and performed beautifully in my home. But Teddy Bees is creeping up there to push #1 spot out, I think. I love Teddy Bees. Witches Be Crazy. This is the scent that made me fall in love with Teddy Bees. This is pumpkin pecan birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, and a pinch of cinnamon spice vanilla. I have 2 loaves of this. And I know that Dawn de-stashed this. She had it in a lot a while ago, earlier this year. And I said, if you split, I'll take the Witches Be Crazy. And then someone else wanted another one of the loaves. So I thank you, Dawn, for splitting your loaf so I could have a loaf of this, because I love, like, I really get feels when I melt this scent. I connect with this so much. And I connect with other scents out there, but Witches Be Crazy and just that formula, Tiffany is fantastic with that. Don't ever lose that craft, and don't ever lose that recipe, because it's delicious. Here's my loaf of today is October 3rd. No more loaves, big loaves at least. Okay. Rain and Woods, Teddy Bees. Crunchy leaves, wet flowers, clove, balsam, patchouli, and sandalwood. This is fantastic. And I did not buy this when it was during pre-order. I bought this at the ready to ship. Oh, it is so good. I love this. And it is perfect for a damp, dreary, rainy day where it's kind of drizzling. I don't know if anybody else uses that word, but in the East, drizzling is a word. Where the air is, it's misty, it's damp, it's not quite raining, but it's drizzling. And that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of home. It really does. Rain and Woods reminds me of home. Okay, where's the rest of my Teddy Bees? It doesn't matter. They're all over the place. Pumpkin Bear Claws, Rose Girls. That's a good one. Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, just plain. Cider Lane, just plain. Sweater Weather, plain. Thanksgiving Dessert. Now this one's a little bit different because it's got pumpkin pie in it. I think it has something sweet potato because I'm getting a little bit of that richness that a sweet potato entails without it being pumpkin, if that makes sense to anybody. So there's that one. Any more? No. Okay. Witches Be Crazy for strawberry pound cake. That is Witches Be Crazy, which is birthday cake, pecan waffles, sugar cookie dough, and a pinch of cinnamon spice vanilla with strawberry pound cake. I did her last pre-order. I did not buy all of the Witches Be Crazy blends. I was gonna buy Witches Be Crazy for apple cider, but I didn't get that one, and I probably am gonna be mad at myself, but I didn't get it. We talked about my Hungry Ghost, Cabin in the Woods Teddy Bees. This is fir needles, smoked woods, marshmallow fireside, cedar wood, sandalwood, and minty snow. This could be a winter scent too, because it does have that mintiness and that chilliness from the snow. But there's that one. I found two Salt Mountains downstairs that I didn't think I had. Evil Queen, Cider Lane, whipped cream, and sugar cookies. This is basically Cider Lane, but it's a good one. And then Coven. Coven is marshmallow fireside, Palo Santo, and powdered donut. This is a really nice blend. I'm gonna have to chop these up because they are good ones to use now. This is marshmallow fireside, the sweet smokiness of that with Palo Santo. Okay, Witches Be Crazy for Palo Santo. The Riverlands. Oh, this is my second favorite scent next to Witches Be Crazy, because this just speaks to me. If a scent can speak to you, which I know it does, this does. This is Palo Santo, cool mountain air, balsam, patchouli, crisp melon, cedar, crunchy leaves, and sandalwood. This is, I described this in my Teddy Bees video as like a man who is out of the shower and used masculine body wash or soap. Or hell, even bar soap, Irish Spring or Coast or something like that. But it's not just right out of the shower. It's about 5 to 10 minutes after, to where the scent is starting to dissipate and he still smells fresh. But it also has a coolness to it, which I can only think is the cool mountain air, because everything else in here, I get a little bit of sweetness from the melon. I'm describing this one in detail because this is such a complex, but it's one of the most beautiful fragrances I've smelled in my life. And I have been sniffing stuff since I was 3 years old. Crayons were my very first scent that I loved. I love the smell of crayons. They just, you know, they're wax, but they just have a certain scent to them. You know what I'm talking about. And Play-Doh too. Play-Doh was one of my other favorites. This I should have bought that in a loaf. It's so good. That's so good to me. Okay, Waffle Bomb. This is fantastic too. This is berry waffle cone, pumpkin pecan waffles, funnel cake, and powdered sugar. This is such a warm, comforting, yummy, bakery, ooey gooey, 10,000 calorie scent. That's so good too. Pumpkin pecan waffles, Palo Santo, sugar cookie royale, and sugared shortbread. This is my second loaf of this, and I really like this. It's a little bit more of a milder pumpkin pecan waffle scent, but you get the sugared shortbread, which is such a good oil of hers. You get the sugar cookie royale, and you get the Palo Santo. You get everything in here. That's a good one. Okay. This is Vintage Chic, which I don't talk much about because I don't buy Vintage Chic at this time. This was from a mystery box last year. This is Nuts About You. Pumpkin peanut brittle and zucchini bread. I'm going to use that up. I need to chop that up because it's too big, but I'm going to use that up here pretty soon. Glitterati. This was in my most recent Did I win a box? I think I won a box. Yeah, I won a box. Cider Lane Cinnamon Glazed Donuts. That's pretty self-explanatory. This is a sample of Apple Barn, which I talked about the other day, and it is basically Red Delicious apples with some other apple-y things in there. That's my description of that. Haunted Doom Buggy. Charred mahogany, teakwood, sandalwood, and amber vanilla. Just because of the name. Haunted Doom Buggy. That smells so good. That's so good. I love that one. That one's going in my melt now. Creaky Cauldron. Cider Lane, pumpkin pecan waffles, hint of smoldering fireside. This is a scoop of pumpkin peanut brittle. Today is October 3rd, which is basically, today is October 3rd heavy. And this one is pumpkin pecan waffles, vanilla butter fudge, and espresso. This is really good too. The end is in sight. The end is in sight. Sleepy Hollow. Oh, this is such a spooky scent. It is such a spooky scent. It is Palo Santo. My nose is running, excuse me. Earthy fall leaves and smoked vanilla woods. This is, I don't know how Dessa did this, but this is so good. Haunted Hayride. Oh, this is my favorite scent from this past pre-order. My favorite, just my favorite one. There's something about the hay, crisp fall leaves, mac apple, and cinnamon. This is glorious. Do yourself a favor and try that one. That's going in my now, pal. Fall in New England. This is fresh brewed latte, buttery pumpkin caramel sauce, and cinnamon streusel. This is fantastic too. Country Corn Maze. Fresh cornbread baked in a cast iron skillet, smothered in apple butter caramel sauce. Yummy. Chilly Autumn Nights. Flannel type and tart cranberry. This is good. I was intrigued by this one because I've never had flannel and cranberry before. But this one works. It's pretty cranberry heavy right now, but I'm excited to warm that up. Pumpkin Caramel Confection. Pumpkin cake loaded with brown sugar, vanilla, gooey caramel sauce, and toasted nuts. Yummy. Yum, 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 yum. The Warrens Vintage Chic. This is glazed cinnamon donuts and a warm cup of mulled cider topped with gooey marshmallows, caramel drizzle, and sweet cinnamon. This is basically Cider Lane, but it's so good. It's so good. It's got a little bit of extra marshmallow in it that I don't think is in regular Cider Lane, but that's fantastic. Very good on that one. Country Kettle Corn. Freshly popped kettle corn, sugar, vanilla, brown sugar, and sea salt. This has the perfect balance of salty and sweet. This one is fantastic. That's going in my melt now. Haunted Pumpkin Shack. Homemade pumpkin pie, pumpkin butter bake, and Palo Santo. These are Dessa's. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. This is really good too. That is a nice balance of the pumpkin, the creaminess of that with the Palo Santo. October. Apple cider, caramel, pumpkin pie, cinnamon, and clove. This is very apple-y. Very caramely. This is like a craft store, but it's a good craft store. And it's a craft store that is apple heavy versus cinnamon broom heavy, if that makes sense. That's very good. Circus Under the Stars. This is just because of the carnival theme. This is Palo Santo blended with funnel cake, caramelized apple, cotton candy, and hints of smoldering bonfire. This is my second bar of this. Just imagine everything that's carnival with a little bit of Palo. And that's what you have. Blueberry pumpkin waffles. I geeked out over this. Oh, it's like blueberry Eggo waffles. And I adore this scent. Sweet blueberry syrup, melted butter, and pumpkin waffles. This is fantastic. My two custom loaves, the little baby loaves, are Cider Lane and Country Corn Maze. And then Oh My Gourd and Cider Lane. Oh My Gourd has pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, and a couple of other things in it. But this combination here, it's very creamy. You get the creaminess from the sweet potato and the pumpkin pie, and the spiciness from that, mixed with your Cider Lane. So there's that. Christmas Tree Farm, which is fresh forest of Christmas trees, pine, Fraser fir, balsam, evergreen, and birch. This is the perfect pine scent. Perfect. We're coming up on an hour here, and we're almost done. I have a handful of glitterati's to go through. This is a vintage chic souffle. This is Headless Horseman embeds and the Great Pumpkin Overpour. Pumpkin cheesecake filling, ginger snap crust, whipped cream, pumpkin layer cake with cream cheese frosting. This one I haven't melted before. Oh, I forgot to show you. I haven't melted this before. There's a little pumpkin in the middle here. It's creamy, it's pumpkin, it's got a little bit of cheesecake. Sometimes cheesecake turns sour smelling to me when it warms up, but I have good hopes for this one, that it has enough other stuff in it to kind of offset that. Okay, and here's my glitterati's, and then we're done. County Fair Cotton Candy. That's a good one. Dulce Pumpkin Sandalwood. I don't quite know how to describe this one. I was trying to think about it. I'm getting just sandalwood. I'd have to look and see what Dulce Pumpkin is. And I can't describe this one. It's just, it's earthy. It's sandalwood. It's good though. Be Thankful type yeast rolls. Be Thankful is Yankee, of course. And it's got, I think, all the pumpkin, the spices, all of that stuff. The pumpkin spice. I just said that, but pumpkin pralines and pumpkin caramel. That's a good one. I mean, this one is pretty self-explanatory. And then finally, Sweater Weather and Nordic Nights. Sweater Weather and Nordic Nights. It's got Sweater Weather, but then Nordic Nights must have peppermint in it or eucalyptus because it's very cooling into the nostrils. So, phew! That is most of my fall wax collection for vendor wax. So if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different blends that I could possibly melt. And now you confirmed it, Ashley has too much wax. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy fall, and I'll see you soon.